gather those files. Yeah. Let's snap. Alright, let's make sure you all have the link. Alright, got Honesties, I got Alexas, I do not have Sam's or Sam. Priscilla, no. Who else sent it? Who else sent it? Must have been, okay, I got Alexa. You have Honesty's file. But Sam sent one in too. Yes, no. Alright, let me give you all the link to my YouTube where this is all streaming. Okay. I'm getting some dog files, so we'll talk about that. Cool. Yes, these dog pics are good. Files from Weird. I was sure Sam sent one in, but I can't find it. Alright, do we have anybody in the chat right now? Look. Mute this. Okay, if you're in the chat, say hi. Let me know y'all are there. And let's see, Honesty Center file the other day. Let's go ahead and get started with that. First thing I want to say, Honesty, and Alexa as well. Number your files. Don't save over the same one. Do not save over the same one. Alright, this is Honesty's Gator. Alrighty. Alright. That's what we have from Honesty so far. This is as of, I believe, last night, yesterday. Okay. Alright, let's pull up some of her references. There we go. Original. I'll just put it in chat, put it up here just so that we all can see, right? So these are going to be our references for Honesty's crocodile. Looks like Nile crocodile, right? Very iconic creature. Now I did mention to you, Honesty, that originally I thought the eyes were too big. But I think you were going for juvenile proportions for the bigger eyes. Um, which, if you are, you still gotta have solid kind of all around references for it. So make sure you have that. Uh, for now, most of your references are for adults, so I'm just gonna go with that. All right. You got any? Yeah, sure. Autosave ZBrush. Why not? Do that. Huh. I don't really see a. Major view from the side of that thing, but I will say that it feels like the head is large, the body is small. Maybe it'll be empty. And where you at? You're at 3 mil. That's fine. Let's see. Shift F. Okay. This looks to be Dynameshed. Okay. Now we should be able to. So off the bat. Let's take a look how many subtools you have. So this, okay. Okay, so most of the body is one subtool. So main thing I want to do is I definitely want to raise up some of this. But before I do that, let's hope everything is, nothing is masked, right? What we're going to do is we're going to click this little guy right here. That'll allow us to manipulate everything together. The reason I want to do that is because this brush is right now at max, and at max it needs to feel a lot, or be really a lot larger compared to your scene. So your scene scale feels a little big at the moment, so I'm just going to bring it down just to make life a lot easier. Now that max size brush is a lot larger. It gives us a lot more area to work with. So yeah, just the body seems very short overall, so I want to just bring that top part up a little bit. Not much, not much. It does need to be kind of flat, but I still want it to have a little bit more girth to it. A little bit more girth. We were looking at that top view and we were seeing that kind of tadpole shape. That's kind of what we're looking for. It's kind of what we're looking for. Alright, now the head overall feels large compared to the body. Being a good idea. Go ahead and turn off the environment for now, and then go to, hopefully it doesn't crash on us, and go to Z plugin, or was it transform? No, Z plugin, transpose master, depose mesh. I will combine those subtools for us, allow us to have a little bit more freedom with what we do. Bring back some of this chunk. Symmetry on. Bring back some of this chunk. You want to smooth out. Notice how I'm always rotating angles and looking at that silhouette. Always, always, always. And just, you want to control that form and you want to look all around. And I'm really only working with the mouse at the moment, you know? Not doing much else. Not doing much else. Let's go ahead and do a duplicate of that window. Place it back here. That way I can take advantage of see-through mode. Check my proportions. Greg, you sent your croc through email. I'll grab that. Heard. I'll grab that next. Or rather, when did you send it? When did you send it, Greg? Just now. Okay. All right. Alright, we'll review yours after Alexa's. It's streaming live now, so hop on and I'll be able to answer questions if you all have any. Beep. Alright. Excuse me. Okay. So let's look proportions. Let's see. Does that head is that head really big or no? Or am I imagining it? There's this guy over here. The arms definitely feel small. I think. Some proportions are strange. You were working with... Yeah, I don't know. I think it works. Definitely getting this guy's kind of feel to it, so... Yeah, really only the area around the eyes kind of bothers me a little bit. Not much. Expect to see that bump. Alright, welcome, Greg. Alright, so, and again, regarding these scales, I would definitely say neutralize them and make it closer to what it actually is. We're going to look at those eyes again. Where's that reference? Good feel for the overall. But I do feel like the eyes are going to be pretty close to that top, so either lift them up or bring that top down. As those eyes are going to be just poking up, create that top. We'll need to flatten that area out, but something like this, I think maybe, not sure, but I want to have a little bit of a neutralizing effect here. While we're here, let's get rid of those. They don't really help. Alright, ICB. Want to neutralize this just a little bit. No, it's kind of looking for those shadows and massaging those forms in there, really. Trying to figure out. Ooh, am I getting the eye? I got the eye, huh? I got the eye. Oh no. That's fine. Let's go back. We'll separate these. Okay. Only messed it up a little bit. Tell you what, we can probably do that. When we come back from I'm going to bring it back from the plugin, so T-pose, we'll bring everything back. I'll try to control it then a little bit. Okay, cool. Yeah, we don't need the eyes, we're just worried about the scales. We don't need the background. So over here, now the eyes are going to be separate. Now we can bring that in. Try to figure out where the eyes are actually supposed to be. I'll definitely double check those distances, and of course, we'll go to brush, smooth, and smooth stronger. That's gonna help us smooth stuff that's higher poly. Okay, you see this form. Just want to neutralize it again. Not necessarily is what we want to do always, but we do want to stay close to the reference wherever possible. So, what else? The jaw feels a lot larger. I feel like it comes down to the jaw ends, let's say right behind the eye, right around here. Yes. If that ends right around here. Okay. And neutralize the detail you have there. So if that is over there, I would probably bring the jaw all the way over here. Okay. So, notice how I mark it with PDS. Okay. Remember, and this is what I mean when I say medium forms. Like, definitely, you don't just want to have them. You want to have them accurately represented where they're supposed to be and how big they're supposed to be. Okay. Alligators have, or crocodiles have the strongest bite force of any creature alive today. A lot of it has to do with just the way their jaw and anatomy is constructed. So I would definitely take a close look into those things. I'm going to do have something kind of extends back there. It's a little form. We're just going to indicate it. You know, a lot of it comes from experiment. A lot of experience and much closer observation. But when you get started with medium forms, you just want to indicate those forms, and later looks like there's a little bit of that mass over here and that mass over there. You know, just gonna indicate those forms. And the more you do it, the closer you'll start getting. You know, I would have avoided getting into all that teeth work and just looked at the bigger forms for now. You know, that serration is not as important right now as the big forms. And, you know, this kind of peak-like thing that comes up. Yeah. Definitely want to indicate all of that. Right now it looks like it's a little bit smiling. It's a very honesty kind of croc. Just kind of looking at those references and building and adjusting and tweaking. You know? Looking at photos. So this comes here, and then has a little bit of a this. And this does this. And on the top, this one definitely continues in this way, like here. Right? This is going to be very, very important to capture the essence of that face. Right? You know, this forms. Oh, it looks like he's smiling, which they sometimes kind of do. Okay. I'm being more nitpicky chunky like that. He still looks too happy. He still looks too happy. But that's kind of the work. When I say medium forms, this is kind of what I'm talking about. And that jaw is gonna need to be much larger. We got that chunky neck. Pop that in. I'm gonna definitely indicate that jaw though. A lot better. And now that leading brow kind of coming down. Some degree. Maybe a little bit of a gap in here. Got that evil look. It's really the trick, just kind of being nitpicky and looking at it from every angle. Now it looks all evil. Looks like it's a scheming gator. Or a crocodile, I should say. Scheming crocodile. BDS. A good idea is always to kind of go to BDS and yeah, just the adult size a lot smaller. That's why. Let's go to BDS and kind of indicate what you see, almost as line work. Just having those kind of details goes a long way. Goes a long way. And a lot of that work we can block in with BDS. And really capture that feel. Even if the mouth is gonna be closed. Got a lot of that going on. As a starter, right? I mean, you still wanna eventually come in and properly indicate those peaks and valleys. After you indicate them, you just smooth, and that'll capture those forms and neutralize them, make them seem a little bit more organic. Alright, you just always you pick an area and you focus on that, right? You like, I remember I always use BMT quite a lot. Okay, you want to indicate those elbows. Where it goes in and where it folds. I want BBS. When I indicate where it folds. BDS will give you those nice shortcuts that you need. And the rest is just a lot of nitpicky work. A lot of nitpicky work. That's the job. That's the job. It's observing and filling in. Observing and filling in one by one. And continuing to fix. Not gonna get it right the first time. But every pass that you do, you're gonna add a lot. And then you're like, okay, maybe I need more mass over here, so you fill that in. Maybe I need less mass over here, so with Alt, you dig that in rather than dig it out. Right? That's why we say for me, it's really, really important to find joy in this because, if you're not enjoying this is gonna be very, very tedious to do. BIN, always knowing the right tool for the job doesn't hurt either. Let's inflate. Those of you who are curious, give it a little bit of girth on those fingers. Okay. Locking in those medium forms. Locking in those medium forms. Before any scale work is done, just gotta block in those medium forms. You gotta be very, very nitpicky about it. And just really look for that surface cues on the surface that tells you if things have the masses that you need them to have or not. And that part just comes with experience, but also actively doing it, which is how you gain that experience. Just trying. Alright, you get the idea? I'm gonna work on the whole body, but I would double check proportions as well. Just how tall things are. Constantly check. Even with this, I would say my metal part needs to be a lot flatter before it dips down. Get yes, yeah, I can nitpick on this. It's fun. It's fun to scope. It's fun to nitpick. Fun. This goes down here. And these two lines here somewhere. Okay. I'm just always gonna make new observations. Try to correct and address based on those observations. Let's try to find that crocodile's face, right? It looks so scheming. And from the front, you notice that the jaw is and a square and big, So that hopefully gets it a little bit closer. And with the rows and everything, definitely count them. Definitely understand the proportions and the flow. This is another thing that when you do get to scale work do have rough indications of the flow, right? We know that in the front, the lines are kind of doing this a little bit, right? So you can block those in so that you understand where to put those scales, you know? You can definitely block that in. Kind of try to understand how many of those are. And then you can, you know, add details in all sorts of different ways. You can do this as foundation and then like experiment with the specific details. Yeah. So this is where we are. Just with a little bit of feedback and Shift S and where we were before. Oh my god, my computer will explode. 100%. Don't die, computer, no. No. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, just continuing to work. Using your time wisely, you know, all that good stuff. I definitely made him more evil looking. He looks so schemy, which is fine. I kind of see that in their face. They always look like they got a plan. They always look like they're up to no good, going somewhere, trying to eat a baby. Yeah, you definitely want to capture that expression. That's what I mean when I said the face, because you know, once you have that, you know, nobody's gonna count the scales, but you get it kind of close, and you get the areas that are of high importance, right? Then there's a lot you can get away with, you know. All right. So that is our feedback for honesty. Keep going. Let's see. Priscilla, I want to get feedback, but my family wants to watch a movie right now. Can I send you pictures of it later? This is probably the last chance I'll have before class. Do your best. All right. I posted about it a while back. If you sent it to me earlier, could have reviewed it and then could have watched that video. But alas, Priscilla, alas, it was not to be. All right. So that's what we got for honesty. Good job, honesty. Keep going. Definitely finish all the detail work on this as well. Very good. All right. Let me download yours, Greg, but we're gonna review Alexa's next. There's Alexa. There's Alexa. Yeah. There's Alexa. Let me just download yours, Greg. I would appreciate it if you send me a download link rather than send it to my email. But that's fine. Oh, it is a link. Oh, nice. It is a link. Good job. Good job, Greg. You did it. I'm not going to download that PureRef thing. Just send me a screenshot. Just send me a screenshot of PureRef. It's gonna have enough there for me to kind of do that. So, all right. Hold on 1 second. All right. So it's downloading Greg's, saving it over. Where am I gonna save it? Where everybody else's are. Review. Okay. None of you number your files. None of you number your files. I will have zero bad feelings for you if your files get corrupted. Zero. I'm not gonna feel bad for any of you. Keep telling you to number your files and you don't do it. You just don't do it. You just don't do it. All right, Alexa. Let's see if we got references from you. Alexa. Ignore. Yep, we got references. We got oh yeah, you got that little dwarf croc. Dwarf croc. Yeah, so crocodiles, their eyes generally, and by general I mean always, rise above the top of their head. Just because, just so that they're, sorry, I'm so tired. Just because when they hunt, they remain submerged so as to not be seen, but keep their eyes above the surface and the nose so that they can breathe. So first thing that I'm gonna do to this, you got to detail too early. You still got some major forms here to solve. Also, the eyes feel small. Seems to me like you may not have been using enough see-through mode. That's the entire pose. Insufficient references. That's gonna be my tagline. Just where's your references? Not enough references. Nobody ever gives me enough references. That's okay. Let's line this up. Alright. Really, that's all you gotta do. You just line it up and you see the problems right away. Okay, see where the eyes are. See where the jaw is. All this stuff. All this stuff. Where are those eyes? Those eyes need to be over here. They need to be slightly larger. Oh my god. Okay, we'll start there. Next. Yeah, and this is just the stuff you get from see-through mode. It's not even the important detail, right? This is just stuff you can get from see-through mode, right? If y'all are not using see-through mode to compare, and still have a lot of work to do. Still have a lot of work. Okay, now look, we're doing a couple of very, very basic changes, and already it's gonna look a lot closer. Okay, and those eyes are a little wacky right now because of the way I moved them. Oh yeah, there you go. Alexa, you watching the stream right now? Send me a message if you are. Okay. You got the reference? I got you. Where's that YouTube? Oh, there you are in chat. Okay, hello. Great, perfect. So you do have the correct reference. You sent me right in the nick of time. This is why you watch it live. Okay. Here's your reference. Okay. Not full body, unfortunately. Okay, I see what's going on. I see why you ran into that issue. It's because you did not compensate for the fact that we are looking down. The camera angle is looking down at this creature. We're seeing the top of its head, the top of its snout, but you're treating it as a side view, okay? The actual center line is somewhere down here between, okay? This is the center line right here. But you're treating the outer line, which is a little bit into the other side, as that center line. And that's what will happen when you do that. So a lot of these conversations we should have had last week, guys. Last week. That's okay. Oh my god, Zbrush, no! No! I'm gonna wait for you to respond. Yes, you're back. Okay. See, I knew you wouldn't let me down, Zbrush. Zbrush is my girl. She's not gonna let me down. Alright, so the problem is that you were building this originally. Here, if we go back, I betcha anything. Yep, there it is. See? Yep, I knew it. You were building it as if that's the side view, but in reality, we were actually looking down at it. We were looking down. So that's why we're getting some of this, you know? Because we're seeing the top more. Okay, so if you're gonna use see-through mode, as you did, good job. But then you gotta accommodate, you gotta compensate. See, so now with what I moved from the side view, now it's gonna be a little bit closer, but now you know BMT, you know, certain things need to move based on the correct angle, okay? So that's really all I got for you, because I would hold off on the scales for now, although I will say those scales are not as deep as those scales. The cuts aren't that deep. The ones in the back might be a little bit deeper, but the ones over here, they're pretty shallow, so keep that in mind. Be aware of the shape. I think, yeah, that was the only mistake really you're making, that you didn't compensate for the angle of your reference. So as long as you do that, you should be good. So, because your observation skills are good, I just need you to understand that when you're looking at a photo, you can't just look at the outside line and assume that's a perfect side view, because it's not. If you see the eye over here and the other eye over there, then obviously we're looking down at it. Okay? So, whatever. All right, hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any more questions, but that would be what I would say for you. Just when you compensate for your references angles, then it'll get you a lot closer to where you need to be with this. Okay, so if you're starting out with a side view, then use one of your proper side view references, right? So this is much closer to actual side view, and even that is not exactly side view, but it's close, because you see this shape right here and see the shape mirrored over here. That tells me that we're looking down at it a little bit. You know what I mean? Because look, you see this scale, and there's that other scale on the other side, that ridge, and mirrors it. If you see both of them, that means that you're looking down, right? Because otherwise we would only see one of them, the other one would be hidden, right? But this is not as far down as this one. This is much farther down. You know what I mean? Especially by looking at the eyes and the top here and all the top of the back. So always take those cues from your references, understand what you're looking at, and from there do everything else the way you've been doing, and it'll look good. It will look good. Hopefully that helps. All right. Next we have Greg, which did I download? Let me see if I downloaded this. I think I did. Saltwater Croc. Yep, there you are. Alright. Let's see if you got any references for us there, Greg. While it's loading. Yeah. Let's see, mode off. Alright. You went into detail, but we still have serious see-through mode issues. Oh yeah, for sure. Alexa, that helps so much. That definitely cleared up some confusion. LOL. Yes. Yeah. This is the part of the point of this class is, besides just learning ZBrush, I really want you all to learn observation. That's how you develop. That's what we call the artistic eye, right? or there's two aspects of it, is knowing what you're going for, right? So is one of them, and that comes from knowing what you're looking at. So yeah, I'm glad that helps. I'm glad to hear it. Greg. Pre-ref. There you go. That's my screenshot. Priscilla. Okay, well, I guess my woke will be a surprise. Well, it'll be a pleasant surprise, I'm sure, Priscilla. All right, Greg. So I'm gonna make a guess here. Because I'm not seeing a solid side view for you, and I can tell that you didn't use a proper side view because you don't have anywhere near enough references, and this is gonna be your lesson. You don't have enough references, and that's why, even if you did use see-through mode, you only use it from that one image. You didn't truly understand that image has foreshortening, and that ended up with your creature lacking a neck almost completely. Okay, so I'll show you that as soon as Zbrush finishes autosaving. Thank you, Zbrush. Okay, there's like no neck. Yeah, you didn't get any references from the side, I can tell. Yeah, you went too soon into detail work, but there's a lot of major problems here. Please tell me you got. Is this dynamite? Is this I want to believe, Shifty. Yes. Oh, just one? Just one. Okay. I was hoping to bring it down less. Well, that's okay. Here. Come on, computer. You can deal with 2 million. Okay. So. Oh my. This tail is so lumpy, bro. Oh no. No, you can't be giving me detail if your main forms are not solid. Alright. So. Where's that reference? That is Honesty's reference, which was a whole lot of them, which is very good. And Alexa said that's some references, not quite enough. Again, that's why I tell you, you gotta get references from all sides. You gotta get, the more references you get, the easier of a time you'll have. So yeah, that's you. Okay, so that's what you're going for. And again, if you don't have enough references, you're not gonna know what you're looking at. Okay, so out of all of these, this is probably the best reference, and there's just one view. But even that alone will help us, assuming you know what you're looking at, right? So if you look at more gators, you will know that the eyes are over here. These are the eyes right here. So the eyes are going to be right here in the front of this. So all of this is neck. Okay? Now, let's check this out. Try to line this up. Yeah, you're doing some like this. Okay? And it sort of almost lines up. Not quite lines up, but again, if you're not getting some solid top, front, side views, your forms are not gonna work. You're just gonna give me this detail and painting, but those are long arms. Yeah, this is a big reference problem with big forms. So I'm gonna take one look. Like you did use this to some degree. Okay, let me show you. I'll show you what you did. Actually, let's do better than that. Let's do that. Okay. Remember, the eyes are over here. This is the neck. Remember, I was talking about the body plus the tail looks kind of like a tadpole. We got the mask here and then like the tail. And then the head kind of looks like an ice cream cone. This is the skull and then this is the neck, right? still, for this, yeah, just the proportions are all over the place. You know, you see, if I'm lining up the body to some degree, then it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. References. That's all I got for you, man. References, references, references. Um, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. I'm gonna have to send it to a lower form, but that's fine. So yeah, with lumpiness, I mean, ideally it's better to just get it right the first time. But there are small ways of tweaking it, you know. There are small ways of tweaking it from various views, but you're gonna have to. This is just very, very tedious work to make it, you know, good. Just a lot of this, which is not worth it. It's honestly not worth it. You can just grab a brush and just do it, you know. Grab a curve tube and just get it right one time, you know. Yeah, all this detail work is just getting in the way of proper form. Do not get lost in detail work. Proper form is more important to me than detail, because you can add, if you didn't get to the detail but your forms are spot on, you can add that detail and it's gonna look dope. But if you have all the detail in the world but the underlying structure is just not there, will not serve. Yeah, and even with all of that, it's still gonna be too lumpy. Yeah, you went to detail way too fast. The detail does look okay, but we gotta understand form first. Okay, so I mean, like, the legs aren't coming out of the same parallel, you know. Yeah, there's just too many shortcuts. Too many shortcuts. You can't be taking these kind of shortcuts. Let's see what we can do. Honestly, this detail is just getting in the way. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna delete higher. I'm gonna go to zero measure. I'm gonna hit it with half a couple of times. We don't need that many. We don't need the detail right now. What we need is form. And you get form by gathering significantly more references that you need, and always double checking yourself. Always double checking yourself. Okay. Color, what we're down to. Okay, let's hit it again. I want it way lower than this to get the forms right. I want it way lower than this. Now, don't feel like you pull this out using primitives. You know, we were talking about when we were making the bird, the rooster, you know, simple forms, simplified shapes, all that stuff, starting with spheres and cylinders and all that. I'm not getting a lot of these in here. I'm not seeing a lot of these. Continue dropping. 20. Okay. So, just from this view, and assume you had a lot of other views, right? But let's do just this view. So, off the bat, I'm going to line up the main torso. Okay. BMT. I'm just going to make some adjustments here. That tail, I'm not even going to work like this. I'm going to do mask lasso. Alt over here. I'll make those sizes just a little bit. Or sure. We're just gonna start with proportions. I'm just gonna start with proportions. Okay. After we start with proportions, we're gonna talk about marking some, well, landmarks, right? So the eyes actually gonna be somewhere around here, the front of it. So the eyes are gonna be extremely small compared to body mass, and they're gonna be right around here. Okay. Once we understand that, we also want to make sure everything's nice and flat. Okay, where there's a neck mass. Okay. Doesn't really drop down as much. The jaw, big form right here. Your eye gonna be over here. And yeah, the top jaw is not gonna be shorter than the bottom jaw. Keep forgetting. I know that they're not really sharp. Okay, remember, we're going for realistic proportions. So just even there, just with this, right? Just with this, we're already feeling a lot more of those proportions that I'm talking about. And this is with me barely looking at reference, so if you look at reference, it will look way, way, way nicer. Right, and this is me just working in low poly, just blocking in main forms right now. That's all I'm doing, just blocking in main forms in low poly. This is gonna be that first step that we gotta do at the start of the project. I don't know about that arm, right? I'm just working on the head right now. It's up to you how nitpicky you want to get. I would look at the sculpt I did earlier for honesty as well, just in terms of that detail work. You definitely don't want to compromise on kind of a realistic feel, right? So right now I'm still low poly, but I'm already marking everything where it needs to be more or less and getting the masses, you know. I just want to continue that with every aspect of this guy, you know. Before I block in any detail. Form before detail. Form before detail. You know, and you're not going to understand the form if you're not getting good references from all angles. Excuse me. Right, so there's a certain quality to the way their skull is constructed that I want you to capture before I want to see all those scales all over everything, you know. Definitely want to capture that. Much more importantly, and the answer to that, Greg, is once again my catchphrase. Where's your reference? All right. So I hope that helps. Believe. Again, anybody else asking for help? Okay, we got just you three today. Hopefully that helped. So get a lot of references and just compare from various angles, and you pretty much do that for, I don't know, the next 5 to 10 years until you find yourself confident enough and capable enough to not rely on it. But that's what the pros do. So that's how the pros get good, is do deep studies. Okay? Hopefully that helps. Hit me up if you have any questions. I'm going to grab dinner, and I'll check in with y'all as much as I can, but probably the next big pass is going to be for class, but I'll check in on y'all on Monday as well. I will be in the building. I have my office hours 12 to 3, so feel free to stop by and ask for guidance, and I'll try to check in on you on the labs. This is our first major sculpting project, so I'm sure we're all learning very important lessons. All right, y'all, keep up the good work. I'm very proud of you, and we will see you all in class. Peace.